All right, guys, just like that, it's me, Tom Owens. I'm live again. Today, guys, it's Sunday, December 18th, the day after the 559 fights. I'm right here. I got my partner. I got Joy Ann Pendell, the new 559 fights, 160-pound champ. How you doing, Joy?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. It's been a rough week, but that's how life is. It's rough. You just got to keep pushing through it.
Yep.
So last night, because of some issues that I had, I wasn't able to make it down to the fight, but I heard lots of good things about it. How was the fight? How did it go?
Man, so I just want to talk about my opponent for a minute, and I really hope she
Yes.
listens. I really hope she listens to this podcast and hears this. But she is tough. Like, she is a tough girl. Like, I was really impressed by just the kind of tenacity she had. And I mean, I really feel like any lesser of a girl would have just been out of there quickly. Like, I mean, she does not quit. So yeah, like, a lot of respect to her, and she definitely earned my respect. And I really hope she keeps fighting and just keeps going, because she's good. She's good at it, and she has everything it takes to succeed. You know, just because you lose, I mean, listen, no matter what, half the people are going to lose on the card. That doesn't mean like they're not good. It's just, that's the nature of it. There's only one winner. And I was fortunate to come out with the win last night. But she's a quality martial artist, and I just have a lot of respect for her now. And it's funny because, we talked before the fight, and
Yeah.
I wasn't disrespectful towards her, of course. Like, I did respect her, but it's different now. It's different now. I really respect her now. I know. Now I know. You know what, you learn a lot about a person when you fight them, and even sparring, you discover a lot about someone's personality and their energy, and just the kind of person they are. Based on how they fight and how they hang in or don't hang in there. And yeah, I really know her now, as a fighter, and definitely I just have a lot of respect for her. So anyway, but I haven't watched the fight back yet, and it's all just a blur, of course.
I
But
bet.
in the first round, from what I remember, it was on the feet. I don't think it went to the ground in the first round. I think it was pretty much all on the feet. And some exchanges, but a lot of feeling out. And then in the second round, I got her on the ground, and I really thought that I was going to finish her. And like I said, anybody else I would have finished for sure. But she just kept moving. Her corner was giving really good instruction. She was following their instructions, staying calm. And I mean, I hit her hard on the ground, and she, nope, just completely kept her cool, kept working to escape, did escape, and I was not able to finish her. And then third round, I thought to myself, I was so dominant on the ground that I wanted to go back there, of course. So got her on the fence and really, really was working for that takedown. And I'm no chump when it comes to my takedowns, but could not get her back down. She was like, nope, not going to get back down. Not going to let me get her back down. And did a great job defending my takedowns. And I mean, I was kneeing her. And listen, like, I know when I land good knees. And I landed some good knees, some very quality knees. And she just took that. I mean, she just took those knees. I mean, didn't even faze her. And I really don't see any other girl taking those knees.
Not a lot can. That's the bottom line. Is not a lot can. That chick's tough right there.
She is
And
tough, and she
yeah,
never
very
quit.
tough.
She never quit. She never thought she was out of that fight. I mean, she kept trying to fire that big right hand at me from off the fence, and once again, she when we were on the cage, we were right in front of her corner, so I could hear what her cornerman was saying. And yeah, she was really, listening to him, following instructions, just she's very cool-headed, very like a thoughtful, competent martial artist. But yeah, just absolutely no quit. I mean, never gave up, never broke, just kept fighting back and like really trying to knock me out, you know, till the very end. Like really, really believed in herself and believed in her ability to win until the very end. So yeah, I hope she just doesn't get demoralized or feel any sort of way about it. I mean, it always sucks to lose, though. I mean, I've been on the losing side too, and it's terrible.
I have too.
But anyway, but I hope she just brushes it right. And you know, based on what I saw last night, I think she will. I don't think I have anything to worry about. I think she's going to brush this loss right off and just get back at it and be just fine. But yeah, very, very quality opponent, and just I'm so grateful to have shared the cage with her, and to have been able to have that experience with her. So I learned a lot about myself last night too, and just really, really happy we could do that. I mean, every fight you grow so much, and there's that saying, you know, win or learn. Well, I feel like I did both. I won, but I definitely also learned, and you know, and there were things in the fight that I should have done differently, and I could just talk all day at you. I'm sorry.
Back to the drawing board always, right?
Yeah, just some different things that I need to work on and improve, and but that's what the amateurs are for, to polish ourselves up, get ourselves all worked, get our technique all worked out for the pros, so that we do look professional and are professional by the time we sign that pro contract. And these kind of tough fights, these are the kind of fights that are actually going to get a person ready for the pros. So
that's going to get you to the next level. You're going to be more prepared. You know what I mean? How many fights do you have now, Joy?
So now I have 6.
So you have 6 fights now, and man, the pros are right around the corner for you. What do you see next? I mean, what do you got plans? Of course, you're probably going to kick back and rest a little bit, right?
No way.
Right back to it. Right back at it.
Right back at it. No, camp starts again tomorrow morning. So my next fight is March 18th for the Valkyrie, for Valkyrie, but it's going to be for actually the Camo lightweight title now. So I'm going to try to be the double state champ.
Yeah, what's the difference, sis? Explain that to us right there.
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
So it's not for the Valkyrie title, it's for the Camo state title. And so I just won the Camo welterweight title last night, which is the 170-pound title, which is what she was holding. But because I am nowhere close to 170, you know, we agreed to go down to, or she went down and I went up to 160. So it was still for the welterweight title, but we fought at 160 instead of 170 last night. And then for this fight in March, it's going to be for the lightweight title, so 155, which is where I fight at as an amateur, is 150 or 155. And then as a pro, I do 45.
Well, how tall? You seem like you're a pretty tall person. What are you, about 6'2", 6'3"?
I'm 5'11".
5'11", okay, 5'11".
I'm a solid 5'11". It's not like 5'10" and a half. I'm 5'11".
Yeah, no, but for that weight class, that's hella tall, though.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So most of your fights, Joy, are most of your fights are at that 150 or 155?
Yeah, all of my MMA fights have been either at 150 or 155. This is the first one I've had at 160.
Okay, pretty close.
Yeah, but no, it physically was a good matchup though. Like I you know, I just walked in at 160. I didn't cut any weight. I believe she cut weight. And she was strong, you know, she's definitely you know, athletic. Like she knows how to use her body. I'm way taller, of course, and have way more reach on her, but I mean, we're the same, you know, we went in there at the same size, so it was a good match.
I was able to see a couple clips that somebody posted. They were not long though. I wish they would have been longer. I'll send them to you if you haven't got any clips of it. I don't know where I wanted to watch it from home, but I couldn't find a stream to watch it from home. I'll find it
Yeah.
though. I'll find it so I can watch the whole thing. How was that convention center? Was it pretty sweet or what?
Yeah, yeah, and I've fought at the convention center a couple times before, but yeah, it's really nice. It's
A lot of fans.
yep, good, like a nice open area, all climate controlled. I've had jiu-jitsu matches and then also been in attendance at MMA fights that were held in like an airplane hangar, for example, and it's way too hot or it's way too cold. Normally it's way too hot though. And
Yeah.
So a convention center, it's so nice because I mean, honestly, the temperature really makes a difference.
Primo.
Yeah, and so just having it open, like not in a small stuffy room either, like a big open ventilated climate controlled room. I can't tell you how important that is. And then also, the outdoor shows, although they're cool for the fans, I'm not a fan of the outdoor shows because, once again, there's no control over the temperature. And then what if the sun is, shining on that canvas and the canvas gets super hot? I've heard horror stories about that. Just getting your feet burned and sun in your eyes and no, thank you. So, but yeah, the Visalia Convention Center.
You're at the mercy of the weather.
Yes, but the Visalia Convention Center is a really nice venue, and yeah, the warm up rooms are nice. The bathrooms, everything's just like clean, beautiful. It's it feels like you're fighting in a hotel.
That's awesome. Did you have other teammates also fight last night?
Yeah, actually, I didn't even realize he was fighting, but my teammate Isao Flores, he fought last night. He unfortunately lost that fight, but
happens.
Yeah, but I was actually able to wrap his hands in the back for that fight.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Because I was, of course, the last fight on the card. He was actually the second fight on the card, and we're all there at 5 o'clock together, and he didn't have anybody wrap his hands, and I've wrapped lots and lots of hands before. And so I was like, I got you. So it's just kind of funny. I'm supposed to be fighting, but I'm back there playing coach and like wrapping his hands and all that.
You know what? You guys are a team for a reason, though. That's the bottom line.
Yeah. And I love being there for my teammates. I love helping. It just makes me feel good and puts me in a good mental place. So doesn't distract me from my fight at all. In fact, I think it's good for me because it gives me something kind of positive and productive to do while I just sit back there and wait.
Now that show that you just spoke of, you called it's Valkyrie. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Valkyrie SC. It's an all women's amateur promotion. So it's like the amateur Invicta.
Where's that take place at?
San Diego. Yeah.
Oh, that's in San Diego.
Yeah, Harvey Castellano is the matchmaker for that.
Man, Joy, you're doing some traveling, girl.
Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome, man. When you're not training. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, I just say I got to get those opportunities where I can. I mean, I can't be picky, especially because I have to find girls that are willing to fight me, and that is a tough thing. A lot of girls don't want to fight me, so yeah, I was just really grateful to have this fight last night. And I'm grateful Lauren Garcia wants to fight me in March, and Lauren's a really popular fighter down there too. She has a lot of fans, and so I'm excited to fight her and hopefully earn some fans myself. There'll be a lot of eyes on that fight, and it'll just be good exposure and good for me to get my name out there.
Heck yeah, it's going to be good. You're going to get that experience from traveling too, which is one of the best things. And yeah, that's cool. And you're going from one place to another. Now, when you're not training or you're not fighting, we talked about it a little bit on the last podcast, but are you working or going to school or anything like that on the side?
So I actually own my own jiu-jitsu gym, which is where we did our podcast last time. I was at my school still. So I train during the morning, and then I drive up to my gym, which is a little ways away from Sacramento, and then I teach at night.
Okay. Yeah, I misunderstood. That's cool. You got your own, you go to a different spot to teach the jiu-jitsu. That's freaking awesome. That's cool,
it's my gym. It's my program. I'm the instructor. But it's only, evening classes. I don't do any morning classes because I want to be able to do my own training. So I train in the morning, teach at night, and I'm just a full-time martial artist.
Oh, man. I've seen that go great for not only men, but other women that have they have that on the side and they do their fighting or whatever, and then after their fighting career, they have that to fall back on, and you're still going to be fighting for a while. I have a feeling, man. I think you're going to be going into the pros sooner than you think, and then there are going to be a lot more opponents that you'll be able to fight. I imagine when girls watch you fight, you know what I mean, especially it's you're not going to get a whole bunch of people like jumping out to fight you. You know what I
No,
mean?
I just there's a few things, my coaches and I really talked about it last night, but there's a few things, one thing in particular that I just really need to clean up about my striking. And I know that I'm never going to be perfect. We're always going to be working on something, but there's a couple big things that I really need to fix that are going to be a problem for when I face a woman who's a more polished professional level striker. She could really take advantage of me in a couple ways. And so I just have to fix a couple things that are really crucial. And then once those things are fixed, then I do feel like I'd be ready to go pro. But the key is there's just no lying in martial arts. You can't just pretend. It's real. It's very real. And if I know that my errors have been fixed and my bad habits are fixed, and I know how I perform, consistently in practice and in fights and in smoker fights and all that, then that's where you can have real confidence. And you heard how confident I was, of course, last time we spoke going into this fight. And I was explaining to you that all my confidence comes from the training I've put in, the hard work I've put in. I know what I'm capable of. I've done it before, and I'm just going in there and doing it again. And so it's the same thing with fixing some of these errors. Is I need to have them fixed, and then I'll know, okay, my striking is at a professional level now. I can hang with professional strikers, and then it's just a fight from there. And I'm a winner, and I'll find a way to win. And I'm a martial artist. I'm a very creative martial artist. I will find my path to victory. But I don't want to rush going to the pros when I have these certain holes in my game, and because I just don't want to be taken advantage of, and especially I just don't want my pro career to get off on the wrong foot like my amateur career did, starting off as 0-2. Now I'm 4-2. But I want to make sure that the mistakes I made in my amateur career are not repeated at the pros.
That's good, sis. You know what? It's good that you have that type of a mindset and that your ego is not too crazy, because a lot of people, the ego gets in the way and they get the wins and they win a belt like that and then they think they already got the whole package. But yeah, we always have to continue to learn no matter what the deal. We win or we lose. Go back and look at your footage and you can take it. There's so much you can see from looking at your footage. That's the bottom line. Will you and your coaches be able to get the footage soon or what?
I think so. I know that the videographer there at 559 told me they'd have it up by the end of this coming week, or I guess today's Sunday, so by the end of this week. And then my best friend, she was there and she was live streaming it, but then she's trying to figure out how to access, so I can watch the replay of what she took for that video. But anyway, but I haven't been able to see any footage yet. But I just know how I felt in there, and then my coaches and I, we discussed everything last night after the fight, and I do really appreciate my coaches always keeping it real with me. They don't spare my feelings, that's for sure.
That's good.
They're not just like, good job, you won, we're proud of you. Instead, they're like, all right, let's talk about this jab of yours. I'm like, yeah. I just won though.
That's cool though, man. That's good.
But they're right. This, we're not in this to win an amateur welterweight title. That's not what we're in this for. We're in this so we can go to the UFC. So if we're going to go there, we got a lot of work to do. This is just,
if that's the ultimate goal, that you definitely got to be on that kind of a mindset for sure. That's true.
Yeah. So there's no time to celebrate, no drinking, no partying, none of that. It's just
good.
Thanking everyone, making a post, but then it's right back to training and it's fixing the mistakes that I'm making. And then it's the next fight. And then it's the pros. Then it's the UFC, but
that's good.
But we have a plan and we just, we're going to execute it.
Yeah. Well, the main reason I got a hold of you to get you on today is so that you could, just like you did, talk about your fight. But I want you to be able to give thanks to your sponsors and your coaches or thanks to your opponent, which you did, which I really commend you for. The way you talked about your opponent right now, I got to say the same thing about her too. I've never met her personally. We probably crossed paths, but I've only talked to you guys like we did. She seems like a really cool person though. She has a lot of respect for you. You guys both respected each other. You went in there and you did your thing. So, hey, man, respect to you guys. Who knows what the future holds? You guys might meet each other in the pros in the future.
Yeah, hopefully.
It happens.
Yeah, and I actually listened to the podcast you did with her, and that's so cool. Her being a foster mom, and how
Yep.
much she gives back, and a very caring
Yep.
person, and she absolutely is an inspiration and a role model. And her performance last night, and the way that she handled herself in tough situations. I mean, that is very inspirational. And after the fight, I just told her, like, hey, thank you, I appreciate you. But like, that just doesn't do it justice. Like, I really appreciate her, and for giving me that experience. And but it's hard too, because right after somebody loses, you don't want to sit there and be all over them and be like, oh,
I
give me another hug. Like, when I lose, I'm just like, get away from me,
I know. That's it. I'm going to the back.
Yeah. So I wanted to give
that's
her.
cool though. That's cool though. You know what, man? She's the kind of person she'll go back and collect herself. She'll watch this show. You know what I mean? You guys will see each other again in the future, whether
Yeah.
it's just in a friendly way or whatever. Though the bottom line is, I got respect for both you guys. Would you
Yeah.
like to thank any sponsors or coaches or anything like that?
Yeah, so of course, Daniel Brito and Donald Robertson, my two main. So my Brito is my MMA coach, and then DJ is my Muay Thai coach and kickboxing coach. But those are the two guys that work with me on all my MMA stuff. And then, of course, Chad Bingham teaches me my jiu-jitsu, and then Sarah McMahon, my wrestling. They're not my MMA corners, but I mean, I need obviously my jiu-jitsu and my wrestling for everything that I do, and they're there day in and day out, just always doing everything, behind the scenes to help me with my game, and just letting me use the gym at weird hours, and just really like trusting me, and just doing everything they can to help me, and always answering every question I have, after class, and working with me after class, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff with those two, even though they're not right. Brito and DJ are the ones that you see in my corner, and the ones that are there with me during the fight, but it takes a village to raise a fighter, and all my coaches just have made such an impact and such a difference for me, and my teammates at Precision just pushing me and sparring with me, and Billy and Jaden and Javier and Eric, and those guys. So, like, those are my main partners. And Danny, I can't forget her. She's a huge partner for me. And I just so appreciate my teammates and my fight family. And then Rev Gear, of course, has been really good to me, really great sponsor. And gosh, Team Rev Gear for life. They're really awesome. So I very, very much appreciate Paul Revlin and all the team there over at Rev Gear.
That's cool. That's an awesome group of people right there. Your
and
team
I have
is
to mention,
mention whoever you got, sis. Mention them all.
Yeah, I have to mention Antoine Head, and Jeremy Luchow, of course. I really appreciate those guys giving me the opportunity. And just Antoine especially is just so cool with me, and always helping me out, and just making sure I'm taken care of, and everything's good. And yeah, 559 once again just put on a great show. Really, showcased all the amateur fighters, and giving us those opportunities, and just providing a well-run professional show and venue for us to grow ourselves, compete on, everything just safe, professional. The doctors, the refs, they just do a really great job, and it's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to throw these shows. So I really appreciate what they do.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I gotta say thank you to those guys too. Just for for me interviewing you fighters and stuff, they make sure that I have media passes waiting right there. Jeremy and Anton both, they had me some media passes there. I just wasn't able to go, but I want to thank those guys very much for doing what they do. And man, I think if you keep doing what you're doing, and I can't wait to see you get to the next level, sis. You and
Thank
your
you.
opponent both. I don't know if you guys will be in 559 or when it's going to be, but I have a feeling you guys might meet in the future. If you do, big respect to both you guys.
Yeah, I will always have respect for her, whether we fight again or whether I just see her fight other people and I'm a fan. You know, I'll always be a fan of hers from now on for sure.
That's awesome, sis. Well, sis, I thank you, for coming on my show the very next day. It was kind of a last minute thing, but I just wanted to see. I was excited to see who won that fight, and I couldn't watch it. Like I said, live stream. I tried to find it, but I couldn't find it. Probably just looking in the wrong spot. But hey, everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. Anybody that can watch this show, please like and share. And anybody that can subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it. I'm starting to get more views and more people watching the show. And I got some great guests coming up and some great guests lined up here in the next couple of weeks. So I'll keep people posted. Joy, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day. And man, go back to your training, stay safe, eat well, do everything you got to do, but keep doing what you're doing, my friend.
I will. Hey, really good to see you and hope to
Yep.
talk to you again soon.
I will talk to you again in the future, my friend. You have a great evening. Everybody else out there, you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you,
Thanks.
Joy.
Bye.